Speaking of China, apparently, now when I'm reading this South China Morning Post, sometimes I am just caught right off guard at the way an article is written as fact when it's obviously there's some speculative aspects of it, but it's kind of positioned as fact. Young employees rebel against Chinese work ethic by being lazy, refusing overtime, and hiding in the toilets. They call it touching fish. It's like, how many? Where? How do we know? Who are these young employees? Do we?
This is what you just need to know.
Is there an accusation against somebody specifically? Young staff slack off by not working overtime, delivering average quality work, going to the toilet often, playing with their phones, and reading novels at work. They say it's a silent rebellion against the culture of working overtime for little reward and a reflection on their disappointment with their salary. So obviously, I guess this is like anonymous tips or tips via social media that have somehow indicated to this writer, Alice Yan, that this is an actual trend that's going on. We do know for a fact, having visited the place, that the work culture is intense.
Yes.
For certain. But I have a hard time imagining that it would be easy for an individual to last very long in that environment, slacking off all the time, touching fish.
Being a touching fish.
Now, by the way, that term is borrowed from the famous Chinese proverb that states, muddy waters make it easy to catch fish. It means one should take advantage of a crisis to chase personal gain. So they've kind of modernized, I guess, the term a little bit.
Still very, poetic.
Yes.
It could be interpreted many different ways, but there's always a meaning to it, to something, like 2 words or something.
So anyway, I'm kind of curious how this goes long term. As we've mentioned previously, the culture there is pretty intense. Jack Ma, one of those guys actually that was a part of that 9 to 9.
Yeah, he wasn't a touching fish.
No, he touched
Not
no
at
fish. Definitely not early on. He was touching no fish. But the
Very
question is,
hardworking.
how sustainable is it long term? How much work can you get out of people, and how much efficiency can you get out of people and keep them interested and keep them invested, and maybe now that threshold is being met, and that you're starting to get some, as they're calling it, silent rebellion amongst the workforce.